Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. US President Joe Biden has told Americans in a televised address that he decided to end his faltering re-election campaign in a bid to save US democracy.
My fellow Americans.
Mr. Biden said he felt his record as president merited a second term, but that nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. He said he endorsed US Vice President Kamala Harris to unite their fellow Democrats and the country. The White House speech marked his first public appearance since he left the race on the 21st of July, paving the way for Ms. Harris to run for the party's nomination.
It's been the honor of my life to serve as your president. But in the defense of democracy, which is at stake, I think it's more important than any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people. But this sacred task of perfecting our union is not about me. It's about you.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has told US lawmakers that our enemies are your enemies in a landmark speech to Congress intended to rally support for the war against Hamas in Gaza. The Israeli leader received a raucous reception from mostly Republican politicians as he delivered a speech to a joint session of Congress. However, many Democrats didn't attend, and there were pro-Palestinian protests inside and outside the Capitol.
We meet today at a crossroads of history. Our world is in upheaval. In the Middle East, Iran's axis of terror confronts America, Israel, and our Arab friends. This is not a clash of civilizations. It's a clash between barbarism and civilization.
Meanwhile, the Israeli military says it has recovered the bodies of 5 Israelis taken back to Gaza as hostages during Hamas's attack on southern Israel on the 7th of October. The bodies of kindergarten teacher Maya Goren, as well as the soldiers Major Ravid Ayez Katz, Master Sergeant Oren Goldin, Staff Sergeant Toma Ahimas, and Sergeant Kirill Brodsky were found during an operation in the Khan Yunis area. The announcement means 111 of the 251 people taken hostage are still being held in Gaza, including 39 who the military say are presumed dead. Philippine authorities are rushing to contain an oil spill from a capsized ship as powerful Typhoon Gaemi hit the island. The MT Terra Nova sank in the Manila Bay while carrying 1.5 million litres of industrial fuel, prompting fears that it could be the worst oil spill in Philippine history if not contained. Meanwhile, 5 other freight ships are stranded off the island. Typhoon Gaemi swept through northern Taiwan, killing 3 people and triggering flooding before barreling west across the Taiwan Strait towards China, where it is expected to dump more torrential rain. It is expected to be the biggest typhoon to hit China's eastern seaboard this year. Buildings in the Canadian tourist town of Jasper have been burning after wildfires forced 25,000 people to evacuate the area. The blaze has spread through Jasper National Park, causing significant loss within the town. Hundreds of wildfires have sparked in the western provinces of Alberta and British Columbia. The region has been hit by more than 58,000 lightning strikes within the last week, sparking new blazes after a 3-week heatwave. Police are investigating the abduction and murder of Zambia's newly appointed broadcasting regulating chief. Guntila Mayela's body was discovered on the outskirts of the capital Lusaka on Wednesday with gunshot wounds. His death has shocked people, especially as the motive is unknown and as gun violence is not common in the southern African nation. Police believe the Director General of the Independent Broadcasting Authority was kidnapped after leaving work on Tuesday. And the world has again registered its hottest day on record this past week, inching past the previous high recorded just 24 hours earlier on Sunday. That's according to data from a European Union monitoring agency. As heat waves sizzled around the world and wildfires engulfed parts of the Mediterranean, Russia and Canada, the global average surface air temperature rose to 17.15 degrees Celsius or 62.87 degrees Fahrenheit on Monday. That was 0.06 Celsius higher than Sunday's record. This is despite the world moving out of the El Niño climate pattern, which generally amplifies global temperatures. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.